everyone, welcome back. How's everyone doing today? Oh my gosh, the spring weather kind of kicked in and it got a little cool and we thought our heater wasn't working, and then it turns out we just needed to change the battery and the thermometer part of it. So that was an easy fix. And we are in week 9 of Voyage 11. And Voyage 11 started off as a balance transfer from the Discover 2 for $8,020. And then the due date for that is March 23rd, which that date is rapidly approaching. And we have 9 little starfish joining us for this little journey this week. So then we will go into some of the items that we did this week. We did pay the car insurance for $158. Loan number 2 got a payment of $100. And then we did Discover 2. That received a payment for $900. And then I did withdraw cash, and I was going to do 50 originally, but I actually did 60, so I ended up just doing 2 different entries for that because I forgot I did 60 and I had written down 50, and I thought, you know what, I'll just do cash 2 for 10, and that way I remember that was 60 total. And then I have 3 different savings accounts that needed a deposit in them to keep them current, so I sent $5 to each of those savings accounts. And then this is for March 14th through March 20th. And then a better breakdown of that is through the checking account. And last time we left off with the balance of being $259.69. We then deposited a paycheck for $1,000, bringing that to $1,259.69. We then sent that $900 payment to Discover 2, bringing the balance down to $359.69. And then we did a payment to loan number 2 for $100. That brought it down to $259.69. And then after doing the car insurance for $158, the balance was then $101.69. And then on March 14th, we did the cash withdrawal of $50, bringing that down to $51.69. And as you can see, the 10 is down below, but I didn't realize it until after I had written stuff out. So after that $51.69, we did savings 1, savings 2, and savings 3. So all those savings accounts received $5, so that way we could keep them current and they wouldn't go into a dormant status. So after we took out the 50 in cash, we had $51.69 in checking. After the savings 1, we had $46.69. Savings 2, taking that 5 out, gave us $41.69. Savings 3, taking out the 5, left us at $36.69. And then we did that cash for $10 for $26.69. And then another reason why I waited until this week to do the car insurance and the loan 2 is because I didn't want to bring the account down to like $1.69. Because I knew I would have another 100 in that checking account. And then next week we're going to do the similar thing where we're going to make the deposit into checking and take it out of checking. And I'm only doing it that way this voyage is because it's just a lot easier since I'm taking 900 out of the 1,000 out. There's only 100 left. I want to make sure I have every little penny possible to make sure I'm making the payments on time on the rest of the items are left. And I think the electric bill is the next one that's coming up, and that's like $82. So we'll do that next week when we have that extra 100 next week. And then when we go to Voyage 12, we're going to need a we won't be doing 900 anymore. It'll be like, what was it, 685. So we'll have a lot more funds to work with. So this has just been a tight voyage, but I wanted to accomplish it. And that's why at the beginning of the voyage, I did a balance transfer of the $3,500 just so we had cash on hand to make sure all the bills could get paid. And I knew it would be tight, But I think after this voyage is done, this should make things easier and we'll have more cash flow after this voyage. I just want to accomplish this voyage. And then I'm trying to get myself weaned out of using the Discover ones, because those you have to actually do balance transfers. You know, those have the nice lines of credit. Like the one is 20K and the other's for 18,500. It's just turning into a harder to justify doing balance transfers after a while. And I believe I'm going to be probably just applying the funds to the line of credit 1 or line of credit 2. I'll get that figured out on exactly which route I'm going to take on that, and just have the funds be parked into that account. And that way we can start working through the lines of credit that we don't have to do balance transfers with. So that's the primary goal now, is to eliminate doing balance transfers. So now that we ended up our checking account being $26.69, we then go into the captain's log. And then this just shows on week 1, we paid $820, and that started off at its $8,020. So after we paid off $820, $7,200 was then due, and then $820 was paid off. Week number 2, what I did is I just went ahead and put 2 and 3 together for $450 each. So after week 2, there was $1,270 of the $8,020 paid. So then there would have been $6,750 left as a balance. Then week 3, we did another $450, and that made $1,720 as being paid off, with $6,300 remaining. And then week 4, we got into the habit of doing the full $900. So on week 4, we had paid off $2,620 of the journey for the Discover 2 of $8,020 being paid off. And then that brought us down to $5,400 was left as the balance. And then week 5, we once again did another $900 payment, and that made us $3,520 is being paid off, with $4,500 remaining to be paid. And then week 6, once again, was another $900, and then that brought the total paid as to $4,420 on voyage 11. And then we had $3,600 that was left outstanding. Then we get to week 7, where we once again did another $900. Week 7 gave us $5,320 paid off, with $2,700 remaining to be paid. And then we once get to week 8, once again we did $900. Week 8, we had $6,220 paid off on our journey, and then $1,800 was remaining. And then this brings us up to date on March 14th. We did another $900 payment. So then that makes Voyage 11 as having $7,120 paid off out of the original $8,020. So remaining is $900. And the grand total so far then for all the voyages combined is $45,369.87. And then in week 10, we will once again have another paycheck, and then we'll take out the $900 and we'll finish off Voyage 11 with that paycheck. And then I was also thinking on Voyage 12, doing a better job on showing like the groceries and the other items that are being paid on. There's a Citibank card and also an American Express card. So right now I'm just running expenses through 2 different credit cards. And I do believe in Voyage 12, I'm going to do a better job on showing the items that are running through the credit cards and how they're not always getting paid off each and every time, because there are some balances that are kind of still there, but we're staying ahead of, like, we're getting the minimum payments made, and sometimes we are able to pay most of it off. But I'm going to do a better job on Voyage 12 on showing the complete total now that I've been doing the checking account thing, and then I'll be switching that to line of credit 1. So we will have that. And I think it'll be easier to see what's happening with the finances when I do that too, because that way you'll have a better picture. And if there's something that is missing and you want to see how I'm accomplishing that, just go ahead and drop a question or a comment below. And then do go ahead and like and subscribe to follow my journey. And I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much. Bye.